What are you guys thinking? I mean, we could play some GCs. I'm kind of bored of GCs though. It's kind of just free dubs. Push 7,500. Oh, I'm actually down. Let's do that. That sounds fun. All right, let's try to push up to 7,500 now on the casual ladder. We're always really good at video games, or is it just this one? I'm kind of naturally talented at games, man. I never played games all my life. I never owned a console. I've never even owned a controller before. My first kind of a gaming endeavor was I got like a 3DS when I was a little kid. No way that gets hit. I got like a 3DS when I was a kid, and I started like, I kind of like fell in love with Mario Kart, and I started like tryharding Mario Kart. And I beat even though I didn't know, like, I didn't even realize that different characters are like different speeds and stuff. I like tryharded that game, and I beat every single level. On Mario Kart, I got first place on every single level of every single cup on every single difficulty. It was probably unhealthy. Oh, I just misclicked that. So that's like the first game I ever played. And then after that, I got my first phone when I was in 6th grade, and I started playing Clash of Clans. Started trying hard in Clash of Clans. I don't really have a cool story for that. After Clash of Clans, obviously Clash Royale came out. Clash Royale came out around when I was in, I think it was between my 7th and 8th grade year. I was 14 years old. I kind of fell in love with the game, and this guy is kind of demolishing me. I just realized he's using Drill Hog Rider. That's kind of funny. But yeah, what was I saying? I was saying Clash Royale came out. I started tryharding it. I went pro in Clash Royale when I was 15 years old. I signed my first contract to be a pro in Clash Royale when I was 15. So yeah, there's definitely some natural talent there. But then there's also I also quit Clash Royale when I was 18 years old. I actually quit for a year. I actually retired from like my professional like kind of Clash Royale career, and I pursued a game called Settlers of Catan. Like during COVID, like Settlers of Catan like online was kind of a thing for a minute. And I was top 16 in the world for Settlers of Catan. I got invited to like a exclusive top 16 in the world tournament for Settlers of Catan. And yeah, so that was at that point I kind of like realized that I could be good at no matter what game I played. And then after that, I kind of got bored of Settlers of Catan. I started playing a PC game called Call of Duty Warzone, which is like a battle royale shooter. And I actually got the #1 win rate in the world for Call of Duty Warzone. I had an 88% win rate for Call of Duty Warzone, which is pretty kind of almost impossible. And it's not like it was a small set of wins either. I had over 1,000 wins. And then I got bored of Warzone, and then I came back to Clash Royale, and now we're popping off with the content. I don't really care about playing professionally anymore. I like to pop over the content. And I was actually ended up being like a CRL caster because of that too. So I don't know, I'm pretty happy about like what I'm doing with content right now. Also, even content is kind of like a game in my eyes sometimes, because it's just like, I don't know, it's just fun. And I feel like my Clash Royale skills didn't really dwindle out either, because as soon as I came back to CCR, I actually won like a world tournament, which was fun. How often do you play COD? I don't play COD at all anymore. Prove your win rate? I think, can you type exclamation point hacks? Yeah, check out that Reddit. There was actually a Reddit made about me in my Warzone career because a bunch of people thought I was cheating because I had a 88% win rate. Links in the Twitch channel right there if you guys want to check it out. You could also just check my COD tracker. I know some people have natural gaming talent. Yeah, I definitely think that's true. Let's go for Barbro right here. I've always been pretty good at games because I adapt quickly. Yeah. Who wins CR 1v1 2019? You or your current you? I think my current you because... Or my current myself. Because Clash Royale has adapted a lot over... over the years. In like a positive way. Like people are getting better and better. Like including myself. And like more and more like tricks and like plays are becoming more and more optimal basically. So there's that, but also I think generally I am just like a better player now because like my past self, even when I won the 2019 world champion, like I never would have won like a global tourney, and I never like pushed as high in ladder as I do now. So yeah, probably my current me. We should make this into a YouTube video where I just like kind of talk about my life while I'm like pushing up to 7,500. If you guys got any questions about my life or about my Clash Royale or anything, drop them in the chat right now. I'll answer them. Were you a Fortnite build god? No. I did play Fortnite at one point, but I never got good at it. I played like very casually while I was playing CR professionally. Is there a professional Catan league? There used to be for a little bit during COVID. I'm not sure if they still do that sort of thing or not. Let's go for Skelly King in the back. I guess there is also like live Catan tournaments that they do, like the Catan Championship. How can you saving all the one-day chests? Because my account's fully maxed, so I'm waiting for a new card to come out before I like open them. I don't want to waste them, basically. Are you living your dream life? Honestly, basically, yeah. The only thing that I'd rather, well, the only thing like kind of like, I mean, it's fine, but wrong with my life is that I just live with my parents still, which is fine, especially this day and age with like rent prices and everything. Really good tornado here. But I wanted to buy a house this year in 2023 or this upcoming year, but I don't have a good enough credit. So that's the only thing that's kind of like going on right now with me. How Molites be best CR player in 2 years? Molites just cracked the video games, bro. Let's go for Barbro here. Being in competitive scene at such a young age, what was the biggest challenge? I think a lot of people didn't take me seriously because of my age, maybe. But also at the same time, a lot of people, because of how I acted, I was very mature from a young age. A lot of people thought I was older than I actually was. Low star combo in 2020, but he's underage. Yeah, I know about that. You can use your parents' credit. Not for the kind of house I want to buy. All my ability here to distract this Inferno Dragon. I don't think that's how it works. I don't think I can use my parents' credit. Okay, he's gonna freeze, so I have to tornado. Predictable. I'll go for Graveyard right here with my Baby Giant. I don't remember him having a good defense for this. For the first time, and the first word I hear is underage. Yeah, you have to be 16 or older to play in competitive Clash Royale. Tornado, activate King here. Let's go for a Bay Dragon. Defend first. Let's go for a little bit of Graveyard here. And this should be towered down. He can't really stop this. And that's going to be game. GG. My plan right now is to get an FHA loan in 2024. Because you get an FHA loan. It's really good for your first house. You can get an FHA loan, but you need 2 years. Like, since I'm self-employed, you need 2 years of basically tax returns. And I only have I'm gonna only have 1 year after this year because it has to be 2 consecutive years, and I took 2 years off of Clash. All right, we're gonna go with this. We're gonna go for Tombstone to pull this in. We're gonna tornado this back, and then I'm probably gonna lose to a freeze here because for some reason, I don't know why, the Tombstone just didn't pull the oh, he stopped at 2 hits. Tombstone did not pull the balloon. Come for the CR skills, stay for the personal finance tips. Anything that I say, guys, is not like financial advice. Just for like legal reasons, I have to say that. Appreciate the comment though, man. Make your own decisions and make good decisions, guys, with your finance. I'm gonna go for a Skelly King back. Do you plan on getting married soon? I think that it's too personal of a question. I'm gonna go for a Barbarian Barrel. Let's go for a Tombstone right here. This bowler is giving me troubles. Let's go for a Baby Dragon up high here. He's gonna Inferno Dragon onto that. Nothing I can do about it. Let's go for an Ice Wiz right here. Ice Wiz is gonna counter that decently. Skelly King the bag. It's kind of a tough matchup. Two are Poison on top of this. My favorite NFL team? I don't watch sports at all. Dude, like this is just... I just have the most awkward cycle right now. It's so annoying. This bowler is so frustrating as well. Bowly. I'm finally realizing why this is so difficult, actually. Usually this deck has Phoenix in it lately, so it's been super easy of a matchup. The Inferno Dragon's back in his deck, though. And the Inferno Dragon is super difficult. Really good Tornado plus Skelly King here. It's going to kind of wipe everything off, and we do win that bridge battle. I'm going to go for a Graveyard right now. I'm going to get a Poison on absolutely everything right here. That's going to be a dead Lumberjack, and Poison's going to kind of clean everything up quite nicely. Inferno Dragon did a lot more damage than I thought it would. I'm not going to lie. I'm building up another push right now, though. But you guys for another freaking bowler, bro. Oh my god. He's back to Inferno Dragon. Oh my god. Let's go for Poison right here. That was probably the worst balloon I've ever seen. I don't know why he placed in such a bad spot. I'm gonna Ice Wiz here, so that survives. And then we're gonna pop my ability. Try and get some damage off that. Maybe like force a Tornado out or something. E-Drag just kills my entire ability. Rip the dream. I'm gonna go like this and this because I feel like I need to make a play. I like this a lot. We forced out the Inferno Dragon. We're gonna Tornado this over here straight into his rage for some reason. What the hell are we doing here, bro? Why did the Inferno Dragon not pull, bro? I don't really think you deserve to win that game. I think we played better. My biggest regret. So during my entire like Clash Royale career, you know, there's a lot of things that happened that weren't great. There's a lot of things that happened that were good too. The way I look at it, man, is the good things. Some of the good things probably wouldn't have happened if those bad things didn't happen. I don't really have regrets. I think if there's a one regret that I really have, I just wish that I quit like being a professional player and started like focusing solely on content creation a little bit sooner, and maybe even done that during the year that I took off of Clash Royale. But still, I'm super happy like where we're at right now. Like like my community is amazing. You know, we hit 300K on TikTok this year. You know, the numbers on my Twitch and my channel are awesome as well. Overall, man, I really can't complain. Like, I don't really have any regrets. I think that's like the best way to live life. Did you go to college? I did go to college, but I dropped out to do content because college is a scam. For some people, it's a scam. Some, you know, some people you need college. Like for like a doctors definitely need that. But like, I don't know. What are all the jerseys behind you from? Team Liquid, CRL Season 1. Team Misfits, CRL Season 2. Hammers Esports, that's the team that I signed for when I was 15. That was my first team I signed for. Before I quit CR, I played for Team K, so it was like second team. And that's what the one right there behind me is. This one is the jersey I was wearing when I won the World Cyber Games solo Clash Royale World Champion in 2019. College is a scam if you're doing non-STEM or non-medical. Yeah, I would agree with this statement. Like, if you're going to college for a business degree, which is what I was doing, I did like basically 2 years of college for business, right? It's so not worth it. Not only do you like not really need a degree to get a job, especially if you're gonna be like an entrepreneur or something, but like you don't even learn anything either. That's the other thing. Like everything that you learn in college, you can learn for free online, basically, for like a business degree or something like this. So Skelly King. We have some vids, YouTubes about Graveyard Guide. I mean, people always ask me that question. I always just say like all my Graveyard videos are like Graveyard Guides. Just watch and like learn from how I'm playing, you know? Go for a Graveyard Barber. I'm gonna pre-poison for his minions. I'm in high school right now, and I'm really struggling because I had to make this big switch. What big switch? Me in college. Yeah, but you're going for like... I mean, you're going for like neuroscience, so I mean, that's definitely something you need. I don't know if you need your computer science degree, though, to be honest. Like you could literally, based off like how good you are at programming and based off of your like previous work experience, I really don't think like you could get whatever job you wanted. Like, you know, already y'all, I'm dropping now because Jackson told me to. Who's the best Graveyard player? I want to say maybe probably Starlight. Oh, I forgot to get Goblin Barrel. We're gonna take a lot of damage here. Nothing I can do about it. Gonna get the tornado here. Wow, it didn't even activate, or it didn't even kill that goblin. That's tough. I get 30 plus trophies each game. Not sure. Probably because we keep playing against people that are higher than trophies than us. Let's go for a Barbell right here. I'm gonna get an Ice Wizard right here. Don't you... I'm getting scammed. How do you play so much Clash Royale? I don't know, man. You just click buttons. I just click buttons on my iPad, you know? All right, I don't really know what's happening. All I know is we are definitely getting countered here because he's got Valk. Well, maybe not. It's definitely not an easy matchup though. And he keeps playing like this, which is really annoying. Let me poison this, right? Solid. Perfect defense. I need to get Graveyard down. Goes for a Tesla here. Well, Skelly King's back for 3-card cycle. He's definitely back to his Magic Archer by now, so we gotta watch out for that. I'm gonna go for a Beidrine right here because he's probably gonna try and Magic Archer the bridge. Oh my god, dude. You're so annoying, man. Actually, though. I hate when annoying players with mid-ladder menace homemade decks actually play good. Because it always catches me off guard. Like, just based off his deck, like, it's just my assumption that he's going to be bad because his deck is terrible. But he's actually playing good, and it's so annoying. I think we might be able to come back and win, though. Because we're just cracked. Let's see what we can do. Tombstone to pull. I'll get a Bay Dragon. Oh, let's get a Skelly King right here. Ice is down low. Tornado right here. Bay Giant to predict his Magic Archer. Beautiful. Graveyard. Let's go like a pre-poison for like bats or anything. I'm gonna pop my ability. Nice, we catch that Skarmy, which is great. And he plays bats into that as well. Tower's gonna go down, sweet game. Easy comeback. Still play Clash of Clans? I do not. I used to. Yay, another Inferno Dragon deck. What the heck? Zero damage defense, not bad. Zap is underrated. Zap? The reason why Zap is not a good card is because it doesn't have any knockback. Like, and it doesn't do as much damage as... Like, the best small spells in the game are Log and Barbro because they do so much damage. Even though they don't hit air, it's still super good to be like kill goblins. The Log has the knockback. The Barbro literally has a Barbarian that spawns, so it's literally like a mini tank as well. Like Zap for 2 elixir just doesn't get a lot of value unless your opponent has like Skarmy or Bats. Like unless your opponent has Skarmy or Bats, Zap really is not like that great of a card. Not bad. Let's go Bay Dragon Graver ops the lane right now. I think we're up elixir. I'm gonna go for a Skelly King at the bridge right now as well to counter that. And to fill up our ability here. His Skarmy's under leveled actually, so my skeletons are gonna win the fight here. I'm gonna pop my ability right now, and then I'll use my Tombstone to counter this Hog. That tower is gonna go down since he missed his Tornado. Nice. I would love to 3-crown this guy if he'll let me. It just sounds like a fun thing to do, really. So let's go for it. We're going like this. Skelly King pocket to distract the towers. Barbell here to attack. We're going to get a Tornado right here to make sure all that dies. And then I'm going to pop my ability. Even if his Inferno Dragon did take my tower, we would have been able to 3-crown him. It's all good. GG's. Should Zap be 1 elixir? No. Well, if they did that, I mean, they could make it 1 elixir. That'd be crazy. It'd be like the only 1 elixir spell in the game. A lot of people would probably use it because it'd be good just for cycling as well. But But they would have to nerf it probably. Like, it would not just be like a buff. They'd have to rework it. Like, they'd have to like make it so it's 1 elixir and maybe make it so it does less damage. So it just barely kills skeletons or something. And then like make it so it doesn't stun. Like, you can make it so it doesn't stun and make it 1 elixir. That would probably be pretty balanced. I don't know if that would make it good. I mean, I think a lot of people would still use it, to be honest. Giant Sparky Bridge first play. Really good tornado here to kill the minion horde. Keep my tombstone decently healthy. Not bad. If it doesn't stun, it's like the worst card in the game though. Yeah, but if it's 1 elixir though, I don't think you guys realize like how influential elixir like things can be, or elixir buffs. Kind of predicted that he was gonna have to defend that. Went for Skelly King, pop his ability. Like, for example, Monk was probably the best champion in the entire game. It got nerfed by 1 elixir, and now it's probably the worst champ. So, like, if they made it so it didn't, like, stun, like, they could make it so it resets stuff, like Sparky, still, and, like, Inferno Drag, but just doesn't, like, stun stuff like it does, and made it 1 elixir. That would probably be a pretty good, like, rework for the card. Not gonna Graveyard here, I think it's too aggressive. I can like minion horde on something on this. Wow, he's back to that. I didn't think he would be back to that. Go Ice isn't back here. He's probably gonna spark you or something. Yeah. Okay. You know, this is just such a terrible play, but I just really feel like doing it, so I'm going to. Wow, I actually got so unlucky there. And my elixir didn't even get refunded. And the minions passing was so unfortunate that my tombstone gets targeted. A really nice tombstone middle here is going to clutch up the defense. We're going to take some damage on the right side, but overall, based on how much elixir we were down there, I think we made some really good plays. We're going to go Skelly King like here to push the giant over so that my Bay Giant can splash onto more of the bats there and add to our counter push right now. I'm going to pop my... I tried to put the Graveyard back on my deck, but then I just placed it on my King Tower. Thanks, Graveyard. You're amazing. You're such a good guy. You're such a good guy, Graveyard. At least we get like an infinite poison value right now. I don't know what he's thinking with that. Not gonna lie, I don't know what my dude is thinking with that one. His arrows in cycles, so we're gonna drop the Skelly King to help out. Should have done it a little bit earlier, could have got my ability filled up. I don't think this giant's hitting my tower today. Nice. Bay Giant over the river here. Gonna pre-poison for his minion horde, because of course he's gonna minion horde there. And he's probably gonna bats around here. No, he goes for a giant. What the? I mean, I'm just gonna defend until he self-destructs, honestly. I feel like that's the play. That was a fantastic tornado from your boy Juicy J here. It's funny because like it doesn't matter how badly I play in this matchup, I'm gonna win anyways because I have a hard counter. Poor guy. Poor guy. Like, you'd think this is scary, but it just really isn't. Like, he's not breaking through. His giants are dead. His minion horde is gonna be gone in a second. Tornado plus Ice Wizard just kills everything. I mean, at this point, he probably should just give up. I love that never give up mentality, though. I respect it. That's gonna be tower down, though. GG. What would be better for a Splash Art, Valk or Monk then? Good question. Maybe Valkyrie. Not having a champion has his perks too, because you can always cycle back to a second Valkyrie for like defense. I haven't played Splash Art without a champion in so long. It's actually crazy. I don't even know what that feels like anymore. Back in the day, like honestly, Knight might be better than Valkyrie actually. Like back in the day, Knight it was like the tank for Valk or for Graveyard. And tips on Grand Challenge, I got on a 12 one yet, only at 10 max. Use your best deck. Unless your deck is a homemade non-meta deck, then practice a meta deck. And play some classic challenges first, bro. Get some practice in. Oh, what the heck? Giant clutch there. I didn't even need the barb barrel. Trying to think if like I did anything wrong there. I guess the barb barrel was a mistake. Fisherman gets countered. Nice. Ice Fizz on top to slow everything down. We'll get a tombstone here as well. And then I'll take the King Tower activation if he's going to go for the arrows. Solid play. We're vibing. How do you know what meta deck is? Exclamation point API in the chat, bro. That's the website I use to find all my decks. RoyaleAPI.com. What's meta right now? Meta right now, you got like Splash Art, you got like Expo, Hog Earthquake, E-Giant. There's like some Mighty Miner Drill Rocket decks floating around. Also Bait, like Mighty Miner Bait. Rip Noah. Let's go like this right here. I'm gonna go for Skelly King back to fill up my stuff here. I'm gonna get a Bay Giant on top of this. Gotta take that out. Get a poison here. I'm probably gonna let his pigs do some damage because I can. And then I'm gonna go for a Graveyard right now. His Mother Witch is kind of out of cycle, so I think he's in a lot of trouble. We're gonna pop my ability and then use my Tornado to allow my Bay Giant to get his shot all the way over there. And if he doesn't have arrows in cycle, he's gonna take a lot of damage before that cherry can finish that stuff off. Super happy with that. Let's go for a Ice Fizz in the middle here to counter that stuff. We'll get a Barb Barrel down here, a Tombstone over here, Skeleton King on top of this Ghost. Goes for arrows. Arrows out of cycle once again. Definitely going for the grave right now. Even if he has the Mother Witch in cycle, it's still a good play. We're gonna do this and we're gonna pre-poison for his Goblin Gang or his Mother Witch. Hit the Goblin Gang, perfect. Let's pop our ability here to kill his giant skeleton completely. And yeah, man, we're vibing. We're gonna go Ice Fizz here, pre-tombstone for his pigs. Barbara on top of his Mother Witch. Make it a Skelly King as well, just to be sure. On the defense. I'm gonna go for a Graveyard. Pre-poison for the Goblin Gang. I'm gonna go for a like a Tornado maybe. I don't know. Pop my ability. Get a Barb Barrel down. Tombstone over here. And I'm back to my poison already. GG's. Let's get a Skelly King on this miner. Oh. Chat, I'm not gonna lie. I'm feeling really out of it today. I think it's because I have my heater on. I don't think it's good for my asthma. Yeah, I'm gonna turn my heater off, bro. Bro, I'm trying to play and turn my heater off. Oh, I'm cracked. Has a quality hoodie? Go buy it, brother. Exclamation point merch in the chat. Go buy my hoodie, bro. Imagine turning off your heater for a 20-win challenge. Belly button reveal. Oh my. Room heater best hard counter facts. What's the best place to put the graveyard? You want to place it here if they're countering the graveyard with troops, and you want to place it here if they're countering it with spells. That's the general idea, the general rule. Skeleton right here, gonna keep my tombstone alive. Barbell did a good job of taking out that musketeer. We're gonna go for a graveyard right here. Got my tornado ready. If he uses anything. Really good tornado right here. Kill this bats. Allow my Bay Giant to splash on the tower and the miner as well. After that, Galog comes through. We're gonna pop this ability. It's tanking for the skeletons at the back of the tower. And that is gonna basically be towered down. He might be able to keep it alive just barely with that Mega Knight. We'll go for a tombstone low on the defense. I'm gonna get a bar barrel ice whiz right here. I wanted to try and activate King Tower, but it didn't work. I guess I'll just like tornado here, tombstone here, bar barrel here. Poison that. GG's, man. GG's. And that's gonna be 7,500. Basically 0 damage. Wait, 19 trophies, is that enough? Oh my god, it's exactly enough for the 75. Let's get it, baby. If you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you guys click that join button to get on my friends list. Remember to use creator code JuicyJ for the holiday offers. Merry Christmas, everyone. I'll see you in the next one. Stay juicy. Peace.